Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Anchorage Ice Tigers Draft to Glory franchise mode here in NHL 23. So in today's episode, we're finally looking to slay those demons. We got ourselves to the second round, which is great, because we have not been to the second round since we went to the Cup Finals, but now we have to take on Vegas again in the playoffs, and we're looking to beat them to get our chance at the conference finals, which would be pretty awesome, and a chance at the Stanley Cup Finals even at that rate. But yeah, our team had a very interesting first round with the Canucks. We had a 3-1 series lead, and then we dropped 2 straight games. But Game 7, we won 7-4, and our offense was fantastic most of the round. You can see Game 1, I was concerned because we lost 6-2. I was like, oh no, not again. But then we win 3 straight games, scoring 6 goals, 5 goals, and 7 goals. Then we dropped 2 straight games, but we do score 4 goals in each of those games. So our offense is still doing pretty good, but defensive play a little bit iffy. And in Game 7, we win 7-4 against the Canucks to get ourselves to face Vegas, who won in 5 games in the first round. They also won the President's Trophy, so I'm hoping we can knock them out in that sense, because they have the curse. They finished only 1 point above us in the standings in the regular season. And yeah, they have a very interesting roster. They're very offensively minded. They don't have a great defensive core on paper, but they still definitely have a championship caliber team. Here is their roster in case you wanted to take a look at it again. I'm not going to read out everybody's names, but you can see their forward core is very nuts. They have Casper on the 4th line, for example, as an 87. It's kind of ridiculous when you look at that type of thing. And then their defensive core is like an AHL defensive core. You got a depth defenseman basically in Yermo, but everybody else is like an AHL top 2 at this point. So yeah, this defensive core not good at all, but it could win the Stanley Cup still. And then there's their goaltending, which is a 78 in Harima, who didn't have a great first round, and Kikkonen, who is the backup. So it's going to be definitely interesting to see if we could finally beat this Vegas Golden Knights team, but we're going to have to definitely contain that offensive core, and we're going to have our offense do what it did in the first round. So that is that. Let's get into this second round matchup and see if we could get ourselves to that conference finals and finally beat the Golden Knights in the playoffs, or are we going to suffer another loss? Like I said, this is a rivalry series, so this is going to be very interesting to see what happens. We've lost to them 4 times in the playoffs before. Is it going to happen again? It better not be. And well, actually, maybe it's been 3 times in the playoffs before, but still, I don't want to lose to them a 4th time or whatever it is at this rate, because yeah, they're pretty annoying at this time. Winner of this series will face either Winnipeg or Arizona in the conference finals for a shot at the Stanley Cup Finals. You also have Pittsburgh, Montreal, Buffalo in the Islanders, which means Harry Neal is still in the playoffs. Interesting. And then I don't think any other former players are out there, but who knows. Here we go. Game number 1 in Vegas. We do not have home ice because they finished 1 point above us, which is okay because they won the President's Trophy. Let's see if we can take a 1-0 series lead here. First period, 3-2. Offensively minded as I was expecting it to be. Parrott scores a shorthanded goal. I think that's his 2nd shorthanded goal this postseason, if I'm not mistaken. Carrier scores, so that's not great to see a 75 overall defenseman score on Cox, who I am starting this game just because I want to see if Cox could get back to where he used to be. But if he doesn't, then we're obviously going to be going back to Taves. Parrott scores again, so another 2-goal performance for Parrott. He had 3 goals in Game 7. Wong scores to make it 3-1, but then a late goal-ish, well, actually not really that late, halfway through the period goal from Lupul makes it 3-2. We have 3 goals on 9 shots, so we're scoring on our chances, which is nice. Second period, 4-2. Let's go. We have a 2-goal advantage. Reinhardt scores again. That's our 4th liner. He's up to like 3 goals as well, so the depth scoring on this team has been really good, and now we're out-shooting them 23-22 and up by 2 goals. Can we lock this down in Game 1 and win a game on the road against the President's Trophy winning team and the team that has knocked us out so many times in years prior? Jarvis makes it 4-3. That's not great. Come on, Cox. You got to wake up here. Power play opportunity. Come on, boys. And we do not capitalize on it. Final 5 minutes here, and Wong scores a huge goal to give us a 2-goal advantage. Final few minutes, and we are going to take a 1-0 series win, or not win, lead after Game 1 as we win 5-3. We have won a game against Vegas. That's a great sign, but hopefully it continues. Parrott's up to 9 goals now in the playoffs, which is nuts. He gets the first goal from Coley Minen, the second one from Hartnell. And then Wong scores from Zikov and Danner. Reinhardt from Walzer and Farrell, so fourth line goal. And Wong from LaRose and Claxon, which is a third line goal. So Wong the first star, Parrott the second star, and Reinhardt the third. Okay, so not a bad first game. Good to see our offense continuing to do what it's been doing, and also to limit Vegas' offense a little bit. But our defensive play definitely needs to still improve a bit. I don't know if I want to start Cox that game. He gets the win, but he hasn't been great still. Do we go to Aiden Taze for game 2? You know what, let's ride Cox again for one more game. If he's going to win games, we'll keep him in net. If he's going to lose a game badly, we're going to take him out of the net. So we'll try Cox again for game 2. If he loses the game badly, then it's Taze's time. We did also play Novikov, our young prospect goalie, in that game 7 against the Canucks, but he was not very good in it. So he is back down there in the AHL trying to win a Calder Cup as the backup goalie. So we'll see what happens with that. But here we go, game 2 in Vegas. Can we take a 2-0 series lead? That'd be great headed home. First period, 1-0 us. Let's go. Derek Heath scores. Good to see that top line has been really good in the last like 4 or 5 games. They were a bit quiet to start last round, but Jorgensen was really good to start the round. So our second line was doing really good. Then it kind of quieted it down. Then our first line took over. And yeah, depth scoring has just been great. 1-0 after 1. Shots are 10-7 in favor of us. Second period. Oh, god damn it, Cox. You can't hold the lead, can you, man? Eichel scores 2 goals in the second period. 2 goals on 17 shots. It's not the worst, but still. We're down by a goal going into the third. We need our top guys to step up here if possible. Let's see what happens here in this third period. Are we going to have a tie series headed home, or are we going to find a way to get a 2-0 series lead here? Eichel scores the natural hat-trick to make it 3-1. But then Hartnell answers back to make it a 3-2 game with a power play goal. Let's go, Hartnell. Can we tie this one up? No. Boldy makes it 4-2. Danner makes it 4-3, though. Final 5 minutes. Come on, guys. Let's go, Parrott. Let's go, Parrott. Oh, my goodness. Avery Parrott. I love this man. I love this man. The Hungarian. 5-4. And we win. And we have a 2-0 series lead on the Vegas Golden Knights. And Parrott's up to like 11 goals, I think, now in the playoffs, which is unreal. Because we haven't even played like 11 playoff games, I don't think. Or maybe, no, we played like 9 playoff games. But Keith from Hartnell and Parrott, Hartnell from Claxon and Parrott, Danner from Claxon and Wong, and then Parrott from Keith and Cox. So Cox picks up an assist, and then Parrott from Keith and Hartnell. So that top line has been unreal in terms of getting points in this playoffs. Each of them with 3+ points again. Wow. Yeah, Parrott's having a playoffs for the for the history books at this rate if he keeps it up. And Cox got another win. He wasn't great in that game again, so I feel like I shouldn't be playing him so much. I'm gonna go to Aiden Taze for next game. We're up 2-0 in the series, but I don't really like Cox's performance still. Like, we're lucky that we're beating Vegas just because our offense is as good as it is. So, like, look at that. 18 points in 9 games. 18 points in 9 games is unreal. I don't think I've had a player put up that much amount of points in, like, literally less than 2 rounds. It's unreal. So, Taze in net now, and our forward core obviously staying the same. Defensive core will stay the same as well because I think it's more goaltending than anything. Let's see if Taze can make us have a 3-0 series lead. We're now on home ice. We won both games on the road. Come on, guys. This is the biggest lead I think we've had in the series against the Vegas Golden Knights, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. Game number 3 on home ice. Come on, let's get this done, guys. Let's get this done. First period, 1-0 Vegas. I guess I'll take that. It's kind of sucks to be down by a goal, but I mean, that's not the worst case scenario. Like, we're not down by 4 goals. Shots are 13-6 after 1 for Vegas, so we're getting kind of outplayed, which is not great. Hopefully our offense kind of wakes up a bit in the second period. Second period, 3-1 Vegas, not great. Mangone and Eichel score for them. Jorgensen gets us a power play goal, but we are down by 2 goals going into the third. We need to have some like late game heroics, kind of like last game, if we want to win this game. At least we're still within striking range, but it looks like Vegas might win the game on our home ice, which is not great. Let's see what happens here in this third period. See if we can get another goal on the board. Power play, we do not convert. Come on, boys. Let's at least get within 1 goal. Penalty kill. It's a long penalty kill. We kill it off. Final 8 minutes here. Looks like Taze is going to get a loss, unfortunately. Final 5 minutes. And our offense has one of its worst games yet. And unfortunately, we lose 3-1 in Game 3. That sucks. Jorgensen from Parrot's the only point. So Parrot still picks up another point. So he's up to 19 points in 10 games. Which is kind of nuts. But our team loses 3-1 in that game because Harima wakes up a little bit from his last game. So hopefully we can take the next game at least since we're still on home ice. Because if we could have a 3-1 series lead, that's a great starting point. Obviously, I've blown 3-1 series leads before, so it's a little bit scary. But I think we're going to go back to Cox next game, even though Cox has been the worst goalie out of the two. He did win the first 2 games of the series, so maybe he's just a lucky ace against Vegas, you know. Yeah, we'll go with that. And defensive core, we'll go back to Harakala and Zikov. Because those guys were a +7 in 1 game last round, so we'll try that out as well. Okay, let's get to game number 4. See if we could take that 3-1 stranglehold, or are we going to have a tie series headed to Vegas? No home team has won a game so far, so we'll see what happens in this one. Come on, boys. First period of game 4. We're down 1-0 again. Our offense is drying up, which I don't really like. It's been fantastic so far, and all of a sudden it's very quiet. It has not scored a goal now in quite a few periods. It's only got 1 goal in its last 4. Shots are 10-7 in favor of us, but we're down by a goal. So not a bad opening period for Cox. Didn't face a lot of shots, though, so it sucks that he gave up a goal that early on. Can we tie this game up in the second period? Second period, still 1-0 Vegas. Yeah, our offense is nowhere. It makes me feel like we're going to lose this round now. Because that goalie is all of a sudden just going to be like a perfect goaltender. Shots are 16-16, so not a lot of shots in this game. Either of them are down only by a goal. It's only 1 goal, guys. You've scored 7 goals before in this playoff run. You could do it again. Well, you're not obviously going to score 7 goals in this third period, but you can find ways to score more than no goals easily. You could do this, guys. I believe in you. Let's see if Avery Parrott could do something or because he's been our consistent guy. He's gotten a point per game in the last few games as well. Is this the first game he's not going to score? No. Come on, guys. Just 1 goal. 1 goal. Get it to OT. Final few minutes. And Culp gets the empty net. And despite a good performance, I'd say, from Cox, we lose in this game. And both teams have not won a game on their home ice. And now we're down, tied in the series, headed to Vegas. We got to win another game on the road. No home team wins the game until it seems like Game 7, so. But Vegas has got home ice, so that's kind of scary. Good game from Cox, though. I'll give him that. I'll probably go back to Taze, though. Just because, yeah, Taze is Taze. And we'll try and change up some of our lines a little bit to try and get the offense going a little bit again. Obviously, it's been fantastic up to this point, but the last 2 games, it is starting to dwindle, especially against a team that doesn't have a great defensive core too, so that's a little bit iffy. So go back to Taze. And what do we want to change up here? Let's reunite Jorgensen on the top line with Keith and Parrott, and then move Hartnell with Farrell and Darby. And yeah, that's basically what we'll change up, I think. Take Walzer out of the lineup, give Vandenbush a chance to be a little bit of a pest out there. And let's see this defensive core. -3 for Danner, huh? I could take Danner out of the lineup, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, we'll leave the rest of the defensive core the same. I don't want to play around too much with the defensive core. Okay, let's see what happens. Actually, I could also do one other thing. I'm going to do that quickly. Is move Farrell. Even though Farrell's been fantastic, I'm going to move him to the 3rd line. Move Claxton to the 2nd line. And yeah, that hopefully could get our team going a little bit better too. It's a little bit of a subtle change, but I want to see if I could get that offense flowing a bit back through the team. Because it's been kind of stale as of the last 2 games. Like, we only have 1 goal in our last 2 games, which is pretty unheard of. Okay, looking to get a 3rd win in Vegas in this first round, or second round. I'm used to them playing them in the first round, but let's see if we can take that 3-2 series lead here. We lose this game, we have our backs against the wall, which is not good, so let's see what happens. First period of game number 5. and it's scoreless. We have only 1 goal in our last 7 periods. That's not good. We had 18 shots in that first period as well, so we're getting our chances, but for some reason their goaltenders all of a sudden turned into a complete sim god. So shots are 18-13, so both goalies pretty good in that first period. Can we find a way to take the lead in the second? Second period? Hey, let's go. There's our first goal of the game and first goal in quite a long time. Jeffrey Bomeister of all people. And we're up 1-0 going into the third with the shots being 30-22. Let's see what happens here in this third period. See if we can add some insurance, and Nyquist makes it 1-1 right away with an early goal to start the third. That's not good, but Darby gives us back the lead. Let's go, Darby. And then Nyquist ties it back up for them again. And then Parrott gives us back the lead on the power play. Okay, our offense has woken up, which is good. Come on, guys. We need to play good defensively here for the last little bit. Come on, final 5 minutes. Come on. You can do this. You can do this. Oh, no, you can't do this. God damn it, Taze. You're playing like Cox now. A goal against with 1:23 left. We had the lead multiple times in this game, and every single time Vegas has had an answer for us. That has me scared. We have 48 shots on goal. We're a goal away from going up 3-2 in the series and having a chance to close out the Golden Knights on home ice. Or we're a goal away from potentially getting knocked out in the second round. Come on, guys. You could do this. You could do this. See what happens. Come on, boys. Let's go. We win in overtime, and it's Wong, the OT hero, on the 50th shot on goal. Let's go. Okay, okay. We're 1 win away from the conference finals. Obviously, Vegas could still come back, so we're not going to hold our breath too long, but that is a huge goal from Wong that sends us to having a chance 2 times to knock out Vegas and exercise those demons. Bomeister from Darby and Jorgensen, Darby from Claxton and Hartnell, Parrott from Claxton and Kolemainen, and Wong from Farrell and Harakala. Whew. Good to see our offense return back to form in that game, but whew, that was way too close for comfort. Way too close for comfort. Now we got to find a way to win a game on home ice, which has not been done so far in this round. I have seen playoffs before where no home team wins until the game 7, so hopefully that's not the case, because they're also going to lose this game, and then we're all going to end up losing in Vegas, so I don't want that to be the case. Parrott's up to 20 points in 12 games. Can somebody tell this guy to calm down a little bit? No, I'm joking. He doesn't need to calm down. For game 6, we're going to go back to Cox. Give him a chance. And yeah, we're going to keep the lineup like this, but Farrell will probably likely go back up to the second line at some point. Yep, let's see what happens. Keep the team the same, basically, and try Cox instead of Taze. Let's see if we can close out the Vegas Golden Knights and get to that conference finals. Come on, boys. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. We have the offensive touch now. We just need to find ways to keep on capitalizing. First period of game 6. 2-0 us. That's huge. Huge. We need to play good defensively in the second, though, because when you have a 2-0 lead after 1, usually you get answered back by 2 goals against, so I hope that's not the case this time around. But Wong scores, LaRose scores. That's our 3rd and 4th line, I think, or just our 3rd line, actually. So shots are 9-8 in favor of Vegas. We're up by 2 goals. Come on, guys. Second period, let's add some more goals to us lead here. Second period, 4-0. Let's go. Let's go. Hartnell and Cassian. We're literally a period away from going to the conference finals for the first time in 5 years, and also beating the Vegas Golden Knights for the very first time in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. Real-time simulation. Can we knock out Vegas and get ourselves to that conference finals? Cox has also been a lot better in this round now, which is great. So it gives me better goalie options. Final 9 minutes here. Come on. Lock it down. Lock it down. Let's go. We're finally going to beat Vegas and head to the conference finals, knocking them out in 6 games. Let's go. A good defensive effort in that game. Good goaltending, good offense. Wong 6 from LaRose and Kolemainen. LaRose from Wong and Zikov. Cassian from Reinhardt. And Hartnell from Kolemainen. 3 stars in that game. Wong the first star. Cox the second star with a shutout. Amazing that he could actually pick up a playoff shutout. And LaRose the 3rd star. Let's go. Woo. No points from Parrott, I think, in that game, but we're off to the conference finals. We're not going to take a look at who we're up against yet, but we might be able to see. Yeah, it's going to be Arizona. Of course, it's going to be the team that I did a franchise mode with last year in NHL 22. Of course. Let's take a look at our player stats, though, but we have finally knocked out Vegas and that President's Trophy winning team, so that makes us the best team remaining probably in the playoffs, which is hopefully a positive for our team. So Parrott 20 points in 13 games. Hartnell's been great, 17 points. Keith only 14 points, but he does pick up usually in later rounds, like I know last year, or not last year, last time we went to the finals he did. Claxton's just under point per game. Wong 10 points. In general, depth scoring has been great. Like no real problems with it at all. And defensive play has been pretty good. Danner somehow is a -3, which I don't know why, but it is what it is. And yeah, Taze has been definitely the better of the two goalies, but Cox definitely picked it up in that second round. He definitely learned from his past mistakes a bit, so that's good. Both goalies have an assist in the playoffs as well. So everybody on the team has points, I think, right? No, everybody except for Vandenbush, who's played 6 games, but still. Whew, we're going to the conference finals, against Arizona. At least they don't have no Agostino or Michkov, because or else we get completely crapped on. Because those guys were legends. Okay, let's see Arizona's roster. Let me sim up to the first game. There we go. Wow, they finished 45-30-7. So they were not the greatest team, but they were 7-2-1 in their last 10 games going into the playoffs. So this is interesting. And it's Pittsburgh and the Islanders in the Eastern Conference Finals. If the Islanders go to the finals and we somehow do, we would be facing Harry Neal in the Stanley Cup Finals, but I'm pretty sure he's the backup. But still, that's a bit scary. Let's take a look at the Arizona Coyotes. Let's take a look at what they're built up like. As we've never played them before. They still have Clayton Keller at 37, goddamn. Mark Louis, oh yeah, I remember seeing you up there in points and goals. Yeah, this is a pretty good player. Like, not the highest overall, but still. Former second overall pick of the St. Louis Blues. Pretty good contract as well. A little bit less money than Parrott's costing us. Keaton Bugner. Interesting. Second line has Quentin Tierney. Tage Thompson still playing at 38. And Dylan Holloway is still there. Well, not still there, but there. Third line, Carl Brunette. Isn't that the grinder? Yeah, this is a guy that takes a lot of penalty minutes. Yeah, 129 penalty minutes this year. He was a bit more disciplined than last year, but still. Perfetti and Hanula. And a fourth line of Gushin, Kunin. That's interesting. And Ratcliffe. Yeah, that forward core is not great. That forward core is not great, but, I mean, they have great pieces like Louis and Bugner and Holloway. And I'd say Brunette as well. Tierney, I think, was the guy that was up there in giveaways, wasn't he? I looked last season and I was making a joke about him. Yeah, this guy gives away the puck quite a bit, but he was a little bit better this year than he was last year with those 88 giveaways he had. Defensively, Suglobov and Malik Niedermeyer. Guy Deschamplain. Didn't we play him when he was with Vegas? We did. Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember this guy's name from last year because I said the most French name ever. Oli Toivonen, Alexander Markov, and Ruslan Vorobyov. So they have a couple Russians on their defensive core, or Belarusians or something like that. But yeah, I think we definitely have a chance at beating them. And I hope that we don't get cheesed. Sebastian Kosa is their goaltender, or at least that's a good goalie, and he's been fantastic for them, so we definitely got to find ways to score on him as well. And Peyton Bertuzzi is their backup, a good potential future goaltender for them. Depth-wise, they have McConnell, Barker, Robinson Pritchett as an 82 scratch, which is weird. And Alexei Protas. I think we definitely have the upper hand at beating them, but let's take a look at what they've been doing so far in the playoffs in terms of goals for and stuff like that, and then that'll be it for this episode. But man, we are literally 4 wins away from going back to that Cup Finals. I didn't expect that. But then again, with this team's players up for renewal this offseason, this is our last chance probably. Or one of our last chances. I didn't want to go with player stats, I want to go to team stats, because I want to see what their offense is simulating like and all that type of thing. So let's go to Western Conference because they don't care about the East yet. Okay, so they are scoring less goals than us per game. They're much better defensively though. Makes sense. Their power play has been much better than ours, so hopefully our power play could do a little bit better. And our penalty kill has been way worse. So their special teams are better. They're better defensively. We're just better offensively. So we got to make sure that we can play better in terms of those other situations as well, and hopefully we can get some power play goals against their good penalty kill. So that is that. How did they do that in a regular season, out of curiosity, in terms of stuff? Because I don't think I took a look at that. Let's go to Western Conference here. So they were the 4th best team in the Western Conference, surprisingly. They were worse offensively than us. They were worse defensively than us. They were worse power play wise, and they were better penalty kill wise. So they're just in general a pretty good penalty kill team between regular season and playoff wise. So it should be interesting to see if they could actually do that again in the round that we play them in. So that's gonna do it, guys, for this episode of our I encourage Ice Tigers Draft to Glory franchise mode. So in next episode, we'll take it to the conference finals against the Arizona Coyotes as we look to get to that Stanley Cup finals against either Pittsburgh or the Islanders. Send us a thing down below, and I'll see you guys next time.